Hello Pisces, and welcome to your November 2018 Tarotscopes. Hello Pisces, let's have a look at what November 2018 has for you, and here we go. Alright, just giving it a little bit of a shuffle, seeing if Spirit has any in particular that Spirit would also like to highlight. Whoop, we've had a bit of a flick over there and I've shuffled too fast. So here we go. Just let's see if there's anything popping up here. Okay, there we go. One more shuffle. Okay, here we go. So we're going to cover the 5 aspects of your life. We're going to talk about the home and the family, where you are within yourself right now, your career goals and aspirations, or the things that are important to you. We'll be looking at your finance, health and well-being, and also your relationship areas. And we've got a few cards here that we'll be discussing as well. So the first thing that you do have around you in connection with the home and the family, look, this is really going to be a time with the Emperor in reverse that you are warned not to jump to conclusions. What you think might be the facts haven't really been able to materialize, but you're working off the deceptions or the preconceptions of other people's opinions and maybe the undercurrent of what you think might be the truth. And Spirit says, you know what, that's going to land you in hot water, okay, because you can't make any decisions right now. You don't have everything in play, and until you have everything in play, you don't want to rock that boat. You got the 6 of Wands in reverse sitting over here in relationships, okay? You don't want to open up a can of worms that you cannot deal with or handle. So Spirit says, don't get caught up in the preconceptions or the deceptions of what you think is being reflected to you. There's probably nothing being hidden from me, but you might be thinking that there is, and this could have a lot to do with what you need to bring back up into discussion. And it just could be that somebody's all of a sudden just popped back into your life, okay, or there's been an issue that's popping back up again and you're needing to deal with this quite differently because in the past you've handled it very much in a different way, and it's ended up being quite unfavorable. So Spirit's saying, look, you've got opportunities here. Let's deal with the facts. Keep it at the facts. Now, for those that are shifting, moving, or relocating, you don't have a strong time on here, so you may need to be waiting a little bit longer. Now, this is Aries usually, which is rules March and April, the timelines, but you know, some people don't want to be waiting 4 or 5 months. You could be making quite a lot of adjustments in the home. You may be going through quite a lot of adjustments within yourself and your goals and what naturally supports you. And therefore, Spirit says, until you've got everything into place, until you've got all the correct answers or all the correct paperwork, this is a time in which you need to just take it as it happens, okay? Don't get caught up in the dramas of situations around you until you have all the facts. Okay, career goals and aspirations. This is the Hierophant. Now, I love the Hierophant. This is usually a religious organization or an institution. It generally comes through humanitarian interest. It may be that you're dealing with somebody who is needing a lot more understanding. Maybe you're working in palliative care, or maybe you're in a counseling position or a nursing position or a caretaking position. Whatever this may be, you've got this really wonderful time of being able to support people and take them under your wing, and they do the same for you. And you may be finding because of this, you're able to really support some of your higher beliefs and your own belief systems. This is having faith in who you are. You're making commitments that are quite wise for you, and the advice or the support that will come through will have long-term results. But you may find that they definitely come through an institution or a connection with a company or an organization that has some very strong morals as well, which are going to be very supportive or very reflective of what you're looking for. Now, for those that are looking for work, of course, this could just mean that you are seeing things from a much different perspective, as in long term. And this could include that you are looking at ways in which you are able to benefit from perhaps looking at higher institutions, higher learning, such as university. You may be looking at different ways in which you can benefit from this. And Spirit is just saying, look, it's going to be quite positive for you, okay? Financially, this is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. This means finally money in place. Everything's coming together. You're able to combine those accounts or those bills or put those plans into perspective, and to be able to feel that you're not finally juggling. You're finally on top of situations. This is very important because, like I said, even if you have been really hiding things away for the past 2 years and you've been waiting to see what you really did owe or what's really going on here, you may find that you've got a little bit more additional expenditure coming through. Maybe there has been frustrations over some form of support, be this child support, okay, be this government benefit, be this taxation or something like this, and you might be just starting to see some of this come together now or fall into place. So Spirit is just saying here, you know, like, just let things fall where they need to, but you should be finding that financially you're in a much better position. Health and betterment. Now, this is the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands talks about movement and growth and expansion and seeing things from a different perspective. It's about being physically active, but also mentally and emotionally being able to broaden your horizons. This is stretching yourself beyond where you have been before and seeing things from a much higher purpose and a much higher plane. Because this is a travel and movement, I would say the gym or being physically active could be important. For some, it may be that you're making travel plans, okay? And this could be something that's quite significant or very strong as far as being able to help you. Because we're dealing with, we'll say, the number 8. Normally, like, I just generally look at this and would see whether or not it really epitomizes being given a house number. But if we were to look at the number 8, we would probably put it to Scorpio, which talks about that you're secretly looking at ways in which you can expand your identity, look at who you are, be able to focus on the things that are important to you. Perhaps you're looking at what you've desired to be the most important thing to you, and because of this you may be stepping outside your comfort zones. And for some people you may be looking at adding to the family, because this is a very strong card of sexuality, okay, and it's of births and deaths and so forth. So this could be a very strong time in which you see things from a whole different perspective. Your personal relationships, this indicates here that you've had some imbalances. 6 of Wands in reverse. The frustrating part about this is that it tells you that you've been in a bit of a no-win situation. Maybe there's been some dramas going on that you weren't fully aware of. Now you're starting to understand where they're coming from, and you're starting to see this from a different perspective. The way you've handled situations in the past has not helped, and therefore, you know, Spirit's saying, look, you've had that support. You've had support to see it differently. You've had ways to look beyond this. You've had a position or a place to be able to put things into perspective, but sometimes you get caught up in that disillusionment or dissatisfaction and you might jump the gun. And Spirit says this is not going to help your relationships now either, okay? And you're going to need to find a way that you can restructure or rebalance this to be of benefit to you. So for those that are single and looking, maybe this is a time for just stepping back, taking a deep breath and looking at circumstances and seeing if you truly are seriously ready for that relationship or that commitment, or have you got yourself caught up in a situation in which you don't know which way to turn or which way is to benefit you to get out of it. So this is your chance to look at this. So let's have a look here. Spirit says don't jump the gun. Things will fall into place if you just allow them. You need to trust, return back to your faith, okay? You'll be finding that there are a few areas in which you can see this from a much bigger or broader perspective. However, it is indicating that there are a few imbalances that will be needing to be dealt with. Now we're just going to have a look at the 3 cards sitting on top here, okay? Now we've got the Lovers in reverse. We've also got the 3 of Wands sitting here, and we've got the 2 of Swords. Now the Lovers in reverse tells you that there's something that's been interfering with the equality of your life, okay? Now, like I said, whether this has been on a personal situation, whether it's to do with family, whether it's been to do with the fact that you don't really know what it is, but you're just feeling a little bit out of sorts. And Spirit says, but you've got an opportunity here, okay? You've got an opportunity to deal with this. Get out of that sense of being in 2 minds. Get out of that procrastination. It's time to make a decision and stick to it. And by sticking to it, you're going to find that the opportunity opens you up to be able to put things into perspective. So even though you don't have the answers right now, you are going through a time of looking at what is it that I need to really do? What am I focusing on that's filling a void that isn't as beneficial to me as it can be? Where can I look at putting things into better perspective? Where can I be better organized? Where can I put my energy where it can benefit for my future is in manifesting what I need financially or emotionally or physically? Where is it that I need to have faith in myself and these morals to stick to what I believe in rather than questioning everything? You know, Spirit can't do the impossible if you're not allowing Spirit to be there to give you direction. So this is about you getting out of that mindset, moving past this, seeing this as an opportunity to get out of a no-win situation or to balance things out so that you can have a little bit more quality time with those who really do matter in your life. I thank you so much for your beautiful connection, and I hope that you have enjoyed your reading for the time of November 2018.